What if I told you that one of the smallest dogs in the world carries some of the greatest life lessons we can learn? This is the story of the French Bulldog, a dog with a face you can't forget, ears that stand tall like little bat wings, and a heart full of loyalty and love. But the Frenchie isn't just a cute dog. No. This breed has faced struggles, challenges, and obstacles that mirror the ones we face as humans. And through it all, they teach us something powerful. Never give up. So let's begin at the very start, their history. The French Bulldog didn't actually come from France. Strange, right? Their ancestors were English Bulldogs, smaller versions bred as companions for lace workers in Nottingham, England. When the lace trade moved to France during the 19th century, these little dogs went with them. That's where they became adored by Parisian artists, cafe owners, and even the elite. From the streets of Paris to the palaces of Europe, the French Bulldog became more than a dog. They became a symbol of resilience, a small companion with a huge impact. And here's the first lesson. Your beginnings don't define your future. The Frenchie started out as a worker's companion, but ended up sitting in the laps of kings, queens, and celebrities. And just like them, no matter where you come from, your story is still being written. If you've ever met a French Bulldog, you know one thing instantly. They're little clowns in dog form. They snort, they wiggle, they make silly noises, and they'll do just about anything to make you laugh. And in a world full of stress, that joy is priceless. Frenchies are small in size, but their personalities, huge. They're loyal shadows, following their humans everywhere. They love deeply, and they expect love in return. But what's really fascinating is this. Frenchies don't need much to be happy. A cuddle, a snack, a short walk, and they're content. And here's our second lesson. Happiness isn't about having everything. It's about appreciating the little things. When we think life is only about success, money, or status, the Frenchie reminds us, sometimes joy is found in the simplest of moments. Let's talk about some real-life Frenchie stories that prove just how special they are. Lady Gaga's French Bulldogs made headlines when they were stolen and then returned, showing how deeply connected people are to these little companions. Hugh Jackman, the X-Men star, is often seen walking his Frenchie, showing the bond between man and dog. But beyond celebrities, there are everyday heroes. French Bulldogs who work as therapy dogs, comforting people with PTSD, anxiety, and depression. Imagine a small, wrinkly-faced dog walking into a hospital room and instantly lifting the spirits of someone battling pain or sadness. That's the Frenchie's power. Rescue stories are just as moving. Abandoned Frenchies, left unwanted because of health struggles, finding forever homes where they're cherished. These stories remind us of second chances. Lesson 3, even when life abandons you, love can find you again. But we can't talk about French Bulldogs without talking about their struggles. They're a brachycephalic breed, meaning they have flat faces. It gives them their unique look, but it also makes breathing difficult. Frenchies can't run long distances. They overheat quickly, and they sometimes need surgery to help them breathe better. Some people look at that and think, what a weakness. But here's the truth. Frenchies don't let their struggles define them. They live joyfully anyway. And here's the life lesson. We all have struggles, but what matters is how we live despite them. Frenchies remind us that resilience isn't about being perfect. It's about choosing joy, even when it's hard. Let's pause and think about everything the French Bulldog teaches us. Joy in simplicity. Happiness isn't complicated. Resilience in struggle. Even with challenges, life can be full. Unconditional love. They give everything to the people they love. Living in the present. Frenchies don't worry about yesterday or tomorrow. They just live now. And isn't that something we all need to remember? That life isn't about waiting for perfection. It's about loving the imperfections and making them beautiful. Today, French Bulldogs are among the most popular dogs in the US, the UK, and Canada. They've climbed into the top ranks of breeds, beloved by families, singles, and celebrities alike. But their popularity isn't just because they're cute. It's because people see themselves in these little dogs, small but mighty, fragile yet resilient, imperfect but perfect in their own way. So here's the final thought. If a French Bulldog, with all its struggles, can live with such joy and love, then maybe we can too. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think the French Bulldog is the most loyal and loving dog in the world? Or does another breed steal your heart? Share your answer in the comments, and if you've had a Frenchie in your life, tell us your story. I'll be reading them all. And remember, never give up, never stop loving, and always live like a French Bulldog, joyfully, fully, and with your whole heart.